Illumination, slow your roll. We've seen enough of this film. I'm sold on it. We're all sold on it. In any case, we got new images for you from what appear to be a media directory, so I won't be linking in the description below because I don't think it's meant to be public, but did show off some absurdly high quality images from the film, a lot of which we've seen before, some of which we haven't, which we'll be focusing on today. And although I don't think there's anything super spoilerish here, there are a handful of moments that you may prefer to see on the big screen that we didn't quite know about, though again, a lot of this tie into things we already knew. So let's go and go through them real quick. First up, we got Mario and Luigi, with Mario holding the parasol he gives to Princess Peach. So I assume this is not only early in the movie, but before he gives it to Peach, probably. Which means he actually could be even in New York right now, because he bought it in New York, so this could maybe be New York, or maybe he just arrived back in the Mushroom Kingdom. Either way, it seems they're greeting someone, maybe Yoshi, maybe Toad, not entirely sure there. Anyway, it looks cute. Continuing on. We have this lovely picture of them looking at the sky, which I think is a new shot, though, in a scene we've, basically seen before, on the Star Festival / Peach's birthday. Just looks good, that's all I really have to say, because, again, absurdly high quality of these images, which are 4K effectively, just looks fantastic. Next! Princess Peach writing a letter. Presumably the same letter we see Mario later shaking around while the Toads are freaking out, likely explaining where she's going. We can see a Luma alongside with her, which likely means that's probably the Luma that turns into the launch star that Peach and Toad jump into that launches them to the Gateway Galaxy. So yeah, another cute shot, and I also like too how there is the model of the planets here, which kind of ties into the whole Rosalina angle, potentially, right? Also, you can see the parasol here, so she clearly got it from Mario already on the rooftop. Next is Princess Peach using that same parasol to fight out the ninjas. Now, we've again seen this scene before. I think this frame itself may be new, maybe not. In any case, it looks great. Coming up, we got Bowser Jr. and Kamek working together. We already knew that, but I love seeing even more of them working together. It'll be fun to see how their relationship is. Do they get along better than Kamek and Bowser? I hope so. Kamek deserves better. We can see a bunch of Koopa Troopas in the background, a cage, maybe holding something. I assume that this is in the Neo Bowser City area that has the casino. Hard to say for sure, but the background definitely evokes that idea for me. So I wonder what they're doing here if that's the case. Moving on. We got Bowser and Bowser Jr. in the Koopa Clown car. Let me get out of the way for this one, because behind that appears to be that same Bowser City, or not city, but the same Bowser area we've seen on the poster and another scene from the trailer, which I assume is on the giant Bowser planet, I think. So I think they're flying in here. I love seeing them together, though. Look at how wholesome these two look. Look how cute Bowser Jr. looks. And then we got Bowser, caring for his son. I can't wait to see those two on the big screen actually interact proper. And again, having them fly the Koopa Clown car is just a great touch. Continuing onward, and actually, yeah, let's go and zoom in on this. Look how cute. I think even Bowser Jr. People don't like his eyes. I like his eyes, and they work really well here too. Like it can be both menacing and endearing. So I think that's handled really well. All right. Next, speaking of that planet, this is what I'm talking about. I think that might be this planet, perhaps. I'm not 100% sure, but in any case, we can see them looking at what looks to be like their Death Star planet. Is that like where a laser comes out or something? And I don't know where exactly they're viewing this from. Some kind of spaceship, I assume. Maybe even the UFO, which we'll get to in a moment here. But yeah, looks pretty cool. I love the glow, love the just the overall look of this. You can see all kind of gadgets and screens in the foreground here, including they have like Bowser Jr. on the screen. They remind me of like Nintendo DS's actually, all those screens going on there. There's another one that seems to show like a map, another Bowser Jr. icon on the face of it. Otherwise, I didn't notice anything like too Easter eggy or anything else here, but maybe there's something I missed. But yeah, looks great. Next, though, is we get another look at this scene of Bowser Jr. and Bowser addressing the giant, the crowd, their army, I assume. And I noticed, we saw this in the trailer as well, but this one gives a better angle, and it allowed me to observe something I didn't notice before. It is there, but it's easier to miss because we don't see as much. Right there, in the exact middle, is that UFO, or at least a UFO. I assume that, probably the same UFO that they steal Peach's castle with. It does look maybe a little small there, but it's probably the same one. And in any case, it might be where they're viewing this planet from. It's maybe from that UFO. So I thought that was kind of cool. Otherwise, not too much else to say here because we've covered it all before, except you can see just how massive this crowd is now. And I think it largely consists of enemies that we'd seen in the first movie. Like his army is basically the same, just bigger now. Although I do think one new inclusion are those like metal Goomba guys. I always forget their names. You can see it right there, another one right there. Otherwise, you know, it's pretty much the same lineup. So I wonder if they'll explain where those metal guys came from, which I weren't in the first movie. And that is pretty much it for all the major new shots. So again, the last one wasn't, you know, particularly new. In any case, I do want to just touch on a couple more that stood out to me just because I love how they look. Like Wart here in 4K glory, and his bubbles coming out just like in Mario 2. I love it. So was he like smoking a hookah or something beforehand? I love it. You can see Yukiki behind him as well again. And just the detail is amazing. I just love everything about this. Finally, I want to wrap up on the Minus World shot just because I just love, again, this whole vibe they got going on here, which we can now see in crystal clarity. Looks so freaking good. You can see a bunch of old school, like, sprites in the background. The poison mushroom, I believe. The spiny, you know, whatever those things are, and all that. So that's pretty much it, everyone. Those are all the new images, and that's all I've got for you. So thanks for watching, and of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for more on the Mario Galaxy movie, and everything else Nintendo here as well. Hopefully we won't get any more spoilers. I'm trying to avoid too much if I can. Yeah, with that, we'll catch you later, everyone. Bye.